Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to do a film review of the Telugu film Valmiki, or Gaddalakonda Ganesh. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do film reviews and trailer reactions of Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and Hindi cinema. I have not seen Kartik Subbaraj's Jigarthanda, which this film is a remake of. So after I saw Valmiki, or I guess at the last minute was renamed Gaddalakonda Ganesh after the main character played by Varun Tej. Anyway, I haven't seen the original Tamil film, but after I saw this one, I read the Wikipedia article summary of the plot of the first one. So there are some changes from the original plot. The overall story is basically the same setup, but they made some key changes in making the new Telugu film. Even if you've seen the other one, there are some surprises and some things that I think that are different. Varun Tej, I really like. Totally Prema, amazing. And I'd seen him in Fida as well. I really enjoy him. F2 Fun and Frustration, I will admit, was not my favorite film ever, but I did enjoy Varun in it. Now, I haven't seen some of his early work. I still need to see Kanche, which everyone has told me is a really good film. Him, I'm familiar with. Now, the other main actor, Atharvaa, this is the first film that I am seeing him in. So Atharvaa plays a young filmmaker who is very very driven to, he's done short films, but he wants to make a splash in making his big first feature film. And he gets the idea of making a gangster film by following a real gangster to get ideas for his script. Thus, he travels to the town where Gaddalakonda Ganesh, Varun Tej, is the head gangster of this town, rules over the whole place, is super violent and scary, and he keeps hearing stories about him, and then he's kind of secretly filming him. He's a sidekick played by Satya, who's kind of our comic relief, and there's a whole, gang of characters that are in Varun Tej's, Ganesh's gang. So the basic setup is the same from what I understand of Jigarthanda. But when the actual film gets made and what happens then, that's where I think the two stories diverge. There are a couple of love interests. There's a flashback of Varun's story that involves Pooja Hegde, and she did a really good job. I like those scenes together, especially. I love those bell-bottom pants on Varun Tej. Mirnalini Ravi plays Bujama, who is the daughter of a servant or something of Varun Tej, or a granddaughter, and so she's got a crush on Ganesh. But then this director character, Abhi, sort of fakes a relationship with her to get closer to the gangster's circle and to find out more about him. Those scenes were fun, but then later it's supposed to be that their love story turns true, and I wasn't buying it. This actor did not sell me that his feelings had changed at all, and it wasn't still a con. Let's just put it that way. The film is full of fun. I loved how it played with our ideas of the gangster tropes and gangster movies and what we expect. And it's also fun because here's Varun Tej, who sort of played the, angry young man, college guy getting into fisticuffs and like that. Just like small scale fist fight kind of stuff. And here we see this guy that I've seen be sweet and just like a little angry in other films, break a bottle over a guy's head and stab him with a broken beer bottle because he disrespected him. I don't know if I always completely bought that Varun Tej was supposed to be deathly scary. I don't know if he completely sold that, but it was super fun just to watch him do all of those kinds of scenes. I could just tell he was loving it. He has this eyeliner, the whole look of his hair, the whole thing, the necklaces. I loved all of it. I loved his look. I loved his swagger. He was just a fun character, and you could see why this young film director would be captivated. Like, who is this guy? He has so much personality. What's the backstory? What made him who he is today? Wanting to know more about him, but yet be scared about it too. And then this film script is really an homage to the power of cinema to change lives, the power of cinema to really deeply affect someone. And I don't know if I want to spoil it, but Varun Tej's character is like, well, who better to play myself than me, you know? And there's funny scenes of them having acting coaches and whatever, but not only does he sees the effect that this film has on the people in his life who see it, and having been only viewed with fear, he sees people see him in a different way, and it changes his life, it changes the director's life, and so I found that whole message, sorry if that's spoilers, but I found that whole message beautiful. You know, Varun kills it in the emotional scenes that it's difficult for his character to do, and then just there's a scene with his mother late in the film that is so touching. So that's where an actor like Varun finally, having put up this facade and then finally showing his vulnerability, it had such an impact. And I just that was the part those were some of the parts that I just loved the most. The cinematography is really interesting, especially kind of color grading. I remember talking about this when I first saw the trailer. There's a scene where, you know, Varun Tej is this Ganesh, the gangster, has his goons pour gasoline on somebody, and he's gonna, you know, flick his cigar at them and set the guy on fire. And you see, like, the gasoline is this brilliant yellow color, and it's reflected on his face, this yellow, and you see the guy in flame. We don't see the guy in flames, except like in his, the blacks of his eyes, the irises. It's really some cool shots, some really interesting shots. Just really interesting, like making moments that could have just been humdrum, a little bit step beyond. You know, like I said, just even if it was just the color grading was kind of interesting, like, whoa, you're really making that pop on the screen. Overall, it was a super fun movie. I'm really curious about the original film, especially since the Abi character, the young filmmaker, is played by Siddharth. I could imagine him in this part, and really curious what his performance was like. And also, I'm not going to spoil what the differences were with that one, but the way that when the film is made and how it affects everyone is, I think, very different. And how everything is resolved at the very end, I think is they changed things for this Telugu remake. I really enjoyed myself at the theater seeing this film. I'd urge you to see it on the big screen. I think it would be the kind of film that would be fun to see with an audience. Let me know what you thought about this film in the comments below. I'd love to see Varun Tej, you know, break it out of the box and do more fun roles like this. Kudos to him. I really enjoyed his performance especially. Follow me on Twitter at PardesiYT. Subscribe here to Pardesi Reviews. And if you hit the bell when you subscribe, you'll never miss another film review or trailer reaction.